So like I've already talked about some of the most popular Benjamin Moore paint colors in my earlier videos. I've done color reviews and best paint color lists. Today I'm going to be giving a color review on another very popular white paint color by Benjamin Moore. Now this is one of the brightest white paint colors by Benjamin Moore. It's one of the cleanest, starkest and can be considered one of the most neutral white paint colors by Benjamin Moore. So if you're looking for an ideal white paint color for your ceilings, trims, doors and moldings, a white mainly which is stark and clean and definitely lacks any undertones, then you must carefully watch this video, because today I'm going to be talking about Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace. If you're looking for one of the whitest, brightest and cleanest white paint colors by Benjamin Moore, then Chantilly Lace is definitely something to have an eye on. This is a clean and crisp, sterile white paint color which also doesn't feel too sterile or maybe too cool at the same time. So if you're looking for an ideal white and are simply looking to avoid any warm as well as cool tone undertones, then Chantilly Lace is definitely something to have an eye on. Like I mentioned earlier, Chantilly Lace is one of the whitest white paint color available by Benjamin Moore. It's also an ideal option for your kitchen cabinets if you're looking for a clean and stark kitchen cabinet look out there. Now this paint color, according to me, should only be used in neutral or cooler tone color palettes, because since this color has that sterile look, you simply must avoid using this paint color with a lot of traditional beiges, khakis, tans and a lot of warm paint colors that either have a orange or a yellow undertone. In this color review, I will be disclosing everything you need to know about Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace. We're going to discuss the undertones, light reflectance values, where and how to use this clean white color in your home, color comparisons, FAQs and much more. We will also discuss how this color behaves in various lighting conditions, and yes, I'm going to showcase some real-time images as well. So, homeowners often wonder what color is Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace. Now Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace is a clean white color that has the potential to brighten up the dull corners of your home. So let's say you have a very small house, or you are dealing with a small square footage and low lighting conditions in your home or a particular room, then Chantilly Lace can be used to illuminate those spaces and brighten up any of those dull corners. It has the potential to brighten up each and every space and make your room feel larger, airier and much brighter. Well, there have been tons and tons of times that I've suggested this paint color to my color consultation and e-design clients. I've majorly recommended this paint color as a ceiling, trim and molding paint color for coastal homes, beach houses, Scandinavian homes. I mean, this is a popular color for Scandinavian homes since they're looking for a stark, clean white paint color on the walls. Now, apart from this, if you're looking for a soft white color that does not feel too stark, then there can be other options, and then Chantilly Lace may not be the best choice for you in that case. Now homeowners often wonder whether Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace is a warm or a cool tone paint color. Well, let me tell you, I personally feel that Chantilly Lace falls more on the neutral end of the scale. I mean, it's not too cool, it's not too warm, but out of the two, if I really have to compare, I would say that this color falls on the slightly cooler end of the scale. If you compare it with some other comparable colors by Benjamin Moore, those white colors, you would see that Chantilly Lace is definitely very clean and bright, but at the same time, it can showcase a touch of blue undertone. For instance, try placing a swatch of Benjamin Moore White Dove against Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace and Benjamin Moore Decorator's White. You'll observe how clean, crisp and bright Chantilly Lace appears. On the other hand, you'll also observe that Chantilly Lace simply lacks any undertones and can come off quite bright and neutral. Meanwhile, White Dove is a warm neutral which may have a muted yellow undertone, and Decorator's White has a dominant grey base to it which is quite noticeable. So homeowners often wonder why Chantilly Lace is such a popular color. Well, let me tell you, Chantilly Lace is a popular white paint color. It's also one of the best-selling white paint colors by Benjamin Moore. Now, if you're looking for a clean white for your ceilings, trims and moldings, you know it's going to be Chantilly lace. Whether you have neutral tones in your home or cooler tones in your home, or even warmer tones which are not too warm, Chantilly lace provides the versatility of pairing with one and every color because it simply lacks any dominant undertones. Secondly, being such a clean and bright white paint color, it still lacks that cold and sterile look. So let's talk about Sherwin-Williams high reflective white, which can be quite a cold and sterile look. I mean, it's like way too bright and way too clean. I mean, Chantilly lace is too a bright and white color, but at the same time, it offers a little bit sense of softness in that area. So this is one reason why Chantilly lace is such a best-selling white paint color. The next most popularly asked question is, does Chantilly lace look green? Well, I would say not dominantly, but depending on the local conditions of your space. So let's say if you're planning to use Chantilly lace in a certain bedroom which faces a large lush lawn, or maybe you're planning to use this paint color in a south facing room or an east facing room or a west facing room which has windows that face large green plants and trees around. So in such cases, Chantilly lace can quickly pick up those green undertones from the environment and showcase that undertone. But originally this paint color does not have any green undertone of its own, and if your space is not exposed to a lush lawn or some green element outside, then you are pretty good to go. Homeowners wonder whether Sherwin-Williams Pure White is a cleaner paint color or Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace. Now, Chantilly lace by Benjamin Moore is definitely a cleaner, brighter and whiter version as compared to pure white. Now, pure white is a soft white color which has an LRV of 84, whereas Chantilly lace lies somewhere around 90. So, we know that this is definitely quite a clean and bright white paint color. Out of the two, if you're looking for a cleaner white paint color, then Chantilly lace it is. Now, the next most asked question by the homeowners is Chantilly lace too stark for the walls? Now, let me tell you, this depends on which compass direction you're planning to use Chantilly lace paint color in. Now, let's say if it's a south facing room or a west facing room, Chantilly lace can considerably look softer because of the incoming warm sunshine and natural light all day long. Meanwhile, in your east facing rooms and your north facing rooms, this paint color has the potential to pick the grey and the blue undertones from the environment and appear slightly cold and stark in these particular compass directions. And lastly, homeowners also wonder whether this paint color can be used for a dark room. Well, definitely yes. Here's a big thumbs up of why you should use Chantilly lace in a dark room. Mainly this color has an LRV of 90.28, which means that it's quite a bright and clean stark white paint color. So when you plan to use this paint color in a dull room or a dingy room or a room that receives very low incoming natural light, it will definitely illuminate those corners and make the space feel bright, airy and quite spacious. So if you're dealing with small square footage issues and low lighting issues, Chantilly lace can definitely work the best over there. Now let's talk about the undertones of Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace. Like I've already mentioned, Chantilly lace has a deep blue undertone, but that is not quite dominant. So if you're planning to use this paint color with your neutral schemes and your cooler tone schemes, this paint color is bound to look quite neutral without showcasing any undertone. But in a room where you're using just Chantilly lace on the ceiling, trims and walls, it can pick up an element or an undertone from the surrounding architectural elements or probably from your windows and landscaping and tend to showcase that undertone. But all in all, Chantilly lace is a neutral white color and is definitely the best ceiling paint color for your neutral or your cool tone color palettes. Even in your warm tone color palettes, you can use this paint color, but avoid in very warm and traditional tone paint colors, like if you have those khaki, those traditional beige colors, then you might want to go with like a clean and stark warm white paint color in those situations. Now let's discuss the LRV of Chantilly lace. Now the LRV of Chantilly lace is 90, which means that it falls on the very, very light end of the scale. Now LRV stands for light reflectance value, and this value determines how light or dark a paint color is on a scale of 0 to 100. Now here, since it falls on the scale of 90, 90, we know that it's a super bright, super clean white paint color that can work effortlessly on the cabinets, ceilings, trims, moldings. On the exteriors, you can use this paint color on the soffit, fascia, and even your gutters and even shutters out there. Now, homeowners often wonder if they can use Chantilly lace as a whole house color scheme. Well, I would say definitely yes, you can use Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace as a whole house color scheme only if you're looking for a very clean and stark white house feel like in your home. I mean, if you're not fond of the undertones, you're not fond of colors that can create a visual contrast with your white ceilings, and you would rather prefer to have a clean white color on all the ceilings, trims, molding, as well as all the common walls of your home, then Chantilly lace would be quite ideal. But let's say if you have a medium sized home or a larger sized home that receives ample incoming natural light, this paint color can come off quite sterile, and in that case you might want to add some sense of color and depth to your common walls. Secondly, for small square footage homes or common spaces that are too small and comparatively dingy as well, which don't receive a lot of natural light, in such situations definitely Chantilly lace should be your go-to white paint color for all the common walls. Now secondly, if you're choosing this clean and stark white color for all the common walls of your home, you might choose a tone of grey or a softer black on the interior doors to break that monotony off. So you can either choose Benjamin Moore Grey Owl, Benjamin Moore Stonington Grey, Coventry Grey, or even Benjamin Moore wrought iron on the interior doors to break the monotony of an all white Chantilly lace panorama and break it through those doors, and also add a modern and contemporary appeal overall. Here's a well curated pre-made color palette that I have created for Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace on Etsy. It enlists all the exact colors that pair with Chantilly lace color, including how and where to use them in your whole house color palette. I have included 5 color palettes with Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace and complementary hues, along with how to use each of those paint colors in various areas of your home. You'll also get the detailed material and fabric palette with each of these Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace color palettes. Another bonus is paint planner and a detailed guide on paint sheens for various areas of your home. Now you can easily find this pre-packaged color palette on my Etsy shop as well as my website. I have added the links in the description box below. So now homeowners wonder where to use Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace in their homes. And here's a list of places that you can use Chantilly lace in. Well, you can use Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace in various areas of your home. You can either use this color as a neutral or a base in a specific space, or even a whole house color scheme. This color is a classic choice for cabinets, vanity, interior doors, ceilings, trims, baseboards, and moldings as well. You can use them on trims and crown moldings, ceilings, interior doors, exterior walls, exterior trims and shutters, exterior columns, fascia and soffits, whole house including foyer and hallways and stairways, bedroom walls, bathroom vanity, kids' rooms, laundry cabinets, kitchen cabinets, living room built-in shelves, as well as your window frames and moldings. Now that we've talked about how and where to use Chantilly lace in your homes, the LRVs, the FAQs, the undertones, and much more, now let's get started with what other colors go with Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace. Here's a list of Benjamin Moore blue colors that go with Chantilly lace: Normandy, Van Dusen blue, smoke. Here's a list of Benjamin Moore green colors that go with Chantilly lace: Duxbury grey, Healing aloe. Here's a list of Benjamin Moore grey and black colors that go with Chantilly lace: wrought iron, paper white, Coventry grey. Now here's a list of blue-green colors that go with Chantilly lace: Palladian blue, Aegean teal, Newburgh green. And lastly, here's a list of greige and taupe colors that go with Chantilly lace: Nimbus, Collingwood, silver satin. So now let's talk about what trim colors go with Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace. Now let's say if you have Chantilly lace on the walls as well as your cabinets, then you simply stick to Chantilly lace for your ceilings as well as your trims and moldings as well. So you don't want to mix up various whites with various undertones, right? This is a neutral white color, but still you don't want to mix and match white paint colors that can have a sneaky green, blue or pink undertone, and that is why I would say if you have Chantilly Chantilly lace walls, you go with Chantilly lace on the ceilings and trims as well. If you have Chantilly lace on the cabinets, you simply go with Chantilly lace on the ceilings and trims again. But on the wall, you can choose a lighter grey paint color, or you can even go with an off-white paint color which is cooler tone, or it might want to have a blue, green or a pink undertone. And let's say if you have Chantilly lace on the trims, then you go with walls and cabinets in Chantilly lace itself. Now lastly, let's say if you're not particularly intrigued with Benjamin Moore Chantilly lace and its undertones, maybe you're looking for something much lighter or much darker, or maybe you would like to have some kind of an undertone, or maybe you would want a cleaner paint color than Chantilly lace, then I'm going to be comparing this paint color with 5 other white paint colors from Sherwin-Williams as well as Benjamin Moore. Now the first paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Simply White. Now Benjamin Moore Simply White is equally a bright and clean white paint color that has an LRV of 89.52. It's a clean white but with just a touch of yellow undertones to it. So for your warmer tone color palettes, you go with Simply White, but for your cooler and neutral tone palettes, you go with Chantilly lace. The next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Decorator's White. Now Benjamin Moore Decorator's White has an LRV of somewhere around 82, which means that it's not as bright and stark and clean as Chantilly lace, and this paint color has a dominant grey undertone to it, so it's not a great paint color for your ceilings and trims because of the undertones, but you can definitely use Decorator's White on the cabinets or even your walls. The next paint color on my list is Benjamin Moore Super White. Now Benjamin Moore Super White is less dark and less clean and less white version of Chantilly lace. So let's say if you're not particularly intrigued with the clean look of Chantilly lace, you can even consider Super White by Benjamin Moore, which has an LRV of somewhere around 87. Now this is not the whitest white color, but it can be slightly cooler toned and not so neutral with minimal undertones like Chantilly lace. Now the next paint color on my list is Sherwin-Williams High Reflective White. Now Sherwin-Williams High Reflective White is one of the cleanest, brightest and whitest paint colors out of all the 2 color manufacturers, Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore. Now this color has an LRV of 93, which is greater than Chantilly lace, which falls at 90. So if you want a cleaner color, then High Reflective White is definitely something to try on. And lastly, let's talk about Sherwin-Williams Pure White. Now Sherwin-Williams Pure White is another soft white color that I love to suggest on the ceilings, trims and moldings, and especially if you don't want a very clean, stark and bright look, you go with Pure White, which stands at 84. Again, Pure White is very neutral and it has very minimal undertones, so it definitely lacks any undertones, and if you don't want a color as bright and clean as Chantilly lace, then Pure White can equally work amazingly. So what are your thoughts on my color review on Chantilly lace? I know it's quite a clean and crisp, bright white paint color for your ceilings and trims, but you can use it on the exterior walls as well. Don't forget to check out my website at www.nishthasadhana.com and my Etsy shop, which has tons and tons of these pre-packaged color palettes, exterior color palettes, interior color palettes and your kitchen cabinet color palettes. Lastly, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I'm coming up with these color related videos every Monday. Bye.